Good morning, everyone. The podcast is back. And because we've been gone for a couple of days, we've got some stuff to get caught up on today, including talking about how things went with my first ever stream using a wheel accessory for PC and how that is going to directly influence future content. But in addition, yesterday I tried out MindsEye, and today we'll talk about it and the hilarious train wreck that it is and how I'll be approaching it moving forward. Also, today, we could talk about reacting to other trailers and things that I missed over the weekend's tons of gameplay and footage that came out of the 3 digital events for this pseudo E3 time of year. So, this will be a fun one to get caught back up. Sit back and relax. It is time for a very fun episode of the Level 1 podcast. Alrighty, folks. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of June, 2025. I'm Darkside Phil. Welcome to the show. No podcast yesterday. Why? Well, because yesterday I wanted to try out this new game called MindsEye, and since it was a premiere day, I thought it made a lot more sense to play a lot more of the game than do a podcast. It seems like me doing podcasts most of the time, but not all the time, is working. It is giving extra time for gameplay. It seems to be working out. So likely we'll do this from time to time. What I'm thinking is, hey, let's do a podcast whenever we have something more interesting to talk about, or maybe we haven't had one in a few days and we want to get caught up. But we also don't have to do one every single day, especially if we're in the midst of a playthrough where, hey, an extra hour of gameplay could definitely be a benefit. So, yesterday we did MindsEye, and hui, that was an interesting stream to say the least. For those who joined me for it, thanks. It ended up being a stream where it's like, you don't know what's going to happen, right? We didn't know if the game was going to be good or bad. We didn't know if it was going to be like fun to play or a train wreck. Yikes, did it land kind of in the latter there. Not to say that the entire game is unplayable or anything, but one of the bigger, more unpolished releases of modern memory. First of all, the game doesn't even work with a third-party controller. It just doesn't. Half the inputs work, half the inputs don't. It doesn't even make any sense. Why? And when you have a third-party controller enabled, it overrides inputs on the keyboard. How does that even make sense? So I couldn't reverse a vehicle at all. Whenever I was in a vehicle, I could only move forward. That makes absolutely no sense. I don't know what kind of a programming error they made, but that's just laughably bad. The guns won't fire. So I ended up having to basically turn off my third-party controller and start using the official Xbox Elite 2 pad again. And then the game worked fine. So that's what I'm going to have to be using moving forward. Thankfully, I have 2 game pads that I can alternate between, or else I would have been out of luck trying to play this game. The physics are ridiculous. You'll drive into a ginormous dump truck that's 7 times the size of your car, and the dump truck will go flying while you're fine, and then the dump truck will just be erased from existence. Both yourself and others seem to fuse in and out of cars instead of do animations to get in and out. So sometimes I've seen cars driving around with people standing up in them. My character just sucked into the car without actually opening the door and sitting down. That's just a few of the things off the top of my head. I'm sure as we continue to play the game, we're going to find more and more ridiculous stuff in MindsEye. But in a nutshell, because people might want to know, well, is it worth it? Should you buy it? Let me put it this way. MindsEye is like GTA with basically no side content at all and no real open world content. It's just, imagine if you were playing Grand Theft Auto, but all you were doing was story missions. That's MindsEye. Now, I'm not saying that it's the story's on the level of GTA. I'm just saying that's exactly what it is. It's a sandbox that has no substance. You're only in the sandbox to do a story. So think back to like Mafia 1 and 2, kind of like that. Although it's kind of weird because it kind of fools you into thinking that it's actually going to be an open world game like GTA, especially because, you know, the head dev is a former GTA dev who left the company, Rockstar. But it basically just looks like a really bad attempt to copycat what they're already doing. The story itself seems all right. It's sci-fi, it's set in the future. So it's kind of like it's cyberpunk without all the sexual content and without all of the like grit. You know what I mean? Like it's more of a polished future where everyone drives electric cars and there's drones all over the place and everything's more futuristic, but it's not as that going that far. You know what I mean? So, it seems all right. The main character has this weird implant, and apparently it's causing him to have these weird memories, but he doesn't know if they're real or not. Are they visions? You know, the game opens up where it looks like apparently when he was in the military, they were looking at some kind of a temple that they had found, and somehow his drone got shocked by technology in the temple. What was it? Alien technology. And then it fused with him and made him go nuts and have a seizure. And maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. We're too early in the game to get any definitive answers on any of this as of yet. But the plot itself isn't that bad, but the gameplay elements are just weird. Like they'll be like, okay, your next mission is out there. Go drive there. Okay, so you drive for like 5 to 10 minutes to get out there while everyone's blabbing on a phone while you're driving out there. And then you get out there and the mission starts. It's like, so that's the gameplay? Yeah. That's the gameplay of the game. Like, that's actually what they think is like riveting gameplay is driving across this map that really the only reason you're doing it is to pad it to say there's gameplay. I mean, at this point, I am still early in, but perhaps MindsEye would be better as a movie or a series than a game because none of the gameplay elements have seemed to be very interesting. Generic cover-based shooting, just driving. And then yesterday, straight out of Watch Dogs, we had a drone mission where we were controlling a little robotic, remote-controlled like Hornet, and you were flying into someone's apartment, looking around for like intel. And so you would scan intel or whatever and don't get detected and then escape the apartment. And that's kind of where we left it off yesterday. So definitely Watch Dogs vibes, definitely GTA vibes, and basically a world that lacks a lot of substance. The weird part about the game is it does have side content, but it feels completely shoveled in. Like the side content happens when you'll be in the middle of the story and all of a sudden this portal will open in front of you and you're staring at it like, what the hell is that? So you step inside, all of a sudden you're in a completely unrelated piece of side content. One mission was about you being a military operative, saving some hostages and just running around shooting a bunch of terrorists. The next one, you were police and all you were doing is deploying robot guards to stop a bunch of thieves that were trying to escape a building. Depending on where you place the guards, which you don't control, they automatically stop the criminals. You get a ranking, like bronze, silver, or gold, depending on how well they did. And then the last one I did, I apparently was sucked into the mind of a criminal, like a bank robber, and the police were after him, and all you needed to do was survive as the police were trying to stop you by murdering them all with a shotgun and running away. What does this have to do with the game? I have no idea. And the game hasn't explained it. It seems like they're just going to wedge in these bizarre side content activities with no rhyme or reason. They also don't seem to do anything for the game. Like you don't gain anything in the game for passing them or doing them better. They just exist to exist. I get the feeling you can literally ignore them all and it won't affect the game in any way. So it seems like the side content is essentially mini games that have nothing to do with the real game that they just shoved in there to say, hey, there's more content. But I bet you could just skip them all and then the game's probably short. Like I think people are saying the game itself is only around 15 hours long. Maybe if you do the side content, it's longer. So I don't know. We'll see as we continue on if I continue to do any of the side content As I've seen it, I've tried it, but it doesn't seem to add anything. Vince Vlogs in the chat says apparently the game was meant to be a world building game. The community would make their own world, and they scraped that idea. So the MindsEye missions are now a full game. That was not the plan. So there you go. Maybe people were supposed to be making this side content, these portals, and then you would play other people's missions, and that was like the appeal was, hey, try other people's missions and rate them. You know what that reminds me of? Little Big Planet, where you could make your own content, people would play it and rate it, and you say, oh, here's the community made content, here's the best content, check it out. So anyway, the thing is, even though the game is not terrible, it's also not good. It's passable, but definitely where the entertainment value of MindsEye is coming from is how unpolished and messed up it is. Like, the game has tons of problems. The graphics, the bugginess of the physics, things disappearing, reappearing, the controls not working, and continuing on. There's a laundry list of stuff that's been a problem in the first 3.5 hours. So I feel like as we continue on, it's actually going to be pretty fun to keep messing around with it and seeing all of the different bugs and things that are going to happen. Oh, yeah, good point. Someone says, why does my microphone sound bad? Let's see here. I'm just trying to see. The microphone had a software update, but no, it doesn't look like the microphone changed anything. I'm still on the dark tone. Reverb is off. There's a denoiser. Yeah, no, all the settings are the same. The microphone should be sounding the same. If it's not, I don't know what happened. I'm checking. There was no changes to the settings with the mic. I just wanted to double check that. Okay. So, MindsEye continues today. I figure, hey, it's a new game. We'll play it 2 days in a row. But then what we'll do is we'll alternate between MindsEye and the Lies of P Overture DLC for day streams for now, because these are the longer pieces of content I'm doing. MindsEye, like I was about to say, is around 15 hours long, and apparently the Lies of P DLC is around 20 hours long. So if we alternate, then we'll probably, tackle them for the next week until we get through them both, likely. Okay. Oh, really? The bugs get worse the deeper into the game you get? Well, then it's going to be better. That's what I mean. Like, this is a classic playthrough where, for me, I'm not playing it because it's good. I'm playing it because we know it's bad, but it's so bad it's good. Get it? And I used to do this all the time. I would play all the major releases, and some of them would be great, and some of them would be atrocious. And so it was funny to play the ones that we knew were bad because we could laugh together at how bad they were. That's kind of how I'm taking MindsEye. And maybe every once in a while there will be something fun and epic, okay? We'll see, okay? All right, so day streams are going to be Lies of P and MindsEye for now. Now, night streams currently are all over the place. As you guys know, I'm literally juggling chill streams, ongoing playthroughs. It really is a big mix, right? So let's see how it goes tonight. Well, yes, let's go back a couple nights, because what I want to talk about was Monday night's American Truck Simulator late night stream. American Truck Simulator on Monday night was unique because for the first time ever, I was using the Logitech G920 simulator racing wheel accessory, as well as the stick shift and pedals, okay? And a lot of people tuned in because they were curious. Hey, is Phil going to crash? Is Phil going to drive like an idiot? Let's actually see Phil in a simulation environment and see how he does, right? So a lot of people showed up, and surprise, surprise, I had the best night ever in American Truck Sim. What do I mean? So I pulled off 2 jobs, plus I refueled, I slept, and we did a paint job, and we got it all done within 2 hours. 0 crashes. There was 1 accidental side swipe that I did. I actually did an entire job from start to finish without doing any damage whatsoever to the truck or the cargo. I've never done that before, okay? It felt really realistic. It did. It had the nice force feedback that made you feel like when you were hitting a speed bump or whatever, that it was real. The wheel handled very well. The control, I actually was able to do like backing up, because you could rotate the camera to look like you're looking over your shoulder out the window of the truck cab, right? You're like this. So that it controlled really well. It was super fun. And we had a great night together. We enjoyed each other's company. People were wagering channel points on Kick, and people were supporting in droves. It was a really good night, okay? Now, as a result of that going so well, we talked on the stream about the future, and we're like, I spent a lot of money on that wheel setup. I spent over $350 on the wheel, the pedal, and the stick shift combined, right? So since I spent so much, obviously this is not something that we only want to use, once in a blue moon. But realistically, with American Truck Sim, how much content could we make out of that with just that game? And the truth is, it'll be fun if I continue to play Truck Sim and perhaps I buy new locations, right? And we drive around the country to different landmarks and the like. It might be pretty fun. So maybe that's something to keep in the rotation for chill streaming. I agree there. I think it would definitely work. But I think Truck Sim is only going to very limitedly be able to use my new accessories. And people were like, dude, since this works so well, you got to try something else. Like, you've got to play other games. Okay. And I was like, hey, I'm open to that. I'm open to trying other things. Keep in mind, as a creator, 17 years now, I've been a creator, if you can believe it. One of the things I've always shied away from was driving games, even though every once in a while I would go into a Need for Speed or something like that, right? For the most part, I stayed away from driving games. And there's a couple reasons. Number one, because I'm not very good at it, okay? And number two, because I'm just not a car guy. When I was growing up, I didn't really care about what car I drove. I wasn't into investing a ton of money into an automobile. I didn't study cars. I wasn't into the culture. I had friends who totally were. They all had their rides, which they put on exhausts and stereos and lighting and stuff. And then they would go to car shows to see cars. And I just never got it. I never really gave a shit. I know that there is a whole subculture that's into that stuff. I mean, hell, why do you think the Fast and the Furious movies are so prominent and popular for such a long period of time? So because I've never really been into it, imagine me, I don't know, playing like a Gran Turismo. I wouldn't appreciate if the game actually was hyper realistic and the cars felt like their real life counterparts. I wouldn't even know because I just don't know that much about cars. So I never really cared about it. Mostly Mario Kart and arcadey style racers would be the ones that I would play, but I kind of shied away from that. Well, now I actually have a high-end driving sim setup. And so people started bombarding me with suggestions. They're like, Phil, you should play iRace or iRacer. Phil, you should play the bus driver simulator where you drive around getting fares and stuff. Phil, you should play, what was the one? F1 2025, I think, was one of them, which I don't even know. Phil, you should try Forza Horizon and the other Forza game. Try both Forza games that are available on PC and try those. So I started getting like bombarded with suggestions of things that I should check out with my new racing wheel. All right. So what I like to do is open up the conversation. People want me to do one. I'm down for it. But the question is, what should I get and what should we try? Like, what should be like the first one that we go for that I try out and we see if it's any good and see if it's entertaining for me to take it on with my setup. All right. So what do you guys think? I would like some feedback. Does anyone have any distinct suggestions of stuff that I could try, first off as like a entry level thing? What do you guys think? I know the Forza Horizon games are great. I know that. They're very fun games. I played both 5 and 6 and the last 3. There was one in Mexico, there was one in Britain, and whatever that last one was where I forgot where it was set, right? No, the last one was Mexico. I'm trying to remember the order. I played 3 of them, okay? I think that they're great games, but they can also get kind of boring. Australia, that's right. One of them was Australia. That's correct. So it was Australia, Great Britain, and then Mexico, I think. They could be fun, but they kind of also get boring after a while. So maybe what would be really fun would be to see me jump into one and play it for a bit till it gets boring. And then, since they're on Game Pass, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know about the regular Forza because that's more of a sim. And again, the sim aspect may be lost on me because I don't know a lot about cars. So I might not even understand. Assetto Corsa. I don't know what that is. Assetto Corsa. I've never heard about that. Dirt Rally 2. Assetto Corsa isn't expensive, and it's one of the highest rated driving sims. Assetto Corsa. Let me take a look. Is it on Steam? There's two different ones. Wait, there's like a billion. Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa Evo, and Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition. I don't know what the difference is. Assetto Corsa is from 2014. It's super old. It's so old. Competizione is from 2019. Evo is from 2025, so I guess that's the newest one. Assetto Corsa Evo just came out in January, but the reviews are mixed. Oh, it's early access. It's an early access game. It raises the bar of realism and has made the franchise one of the most popular driving sims of the last decade. Yes. Okay. Well, obviously, this would be the one to get. Oh, there actually has tons of VR support. That's kind of interesting. All right, I'm gonna put that on the wish list. So we remember that one. You guys said iRacer? No, not iRacer. F1, right? F1 25. Damn, that's expensive. $60. That one just came out. Not even 2 weeks ago. F1 25. It's a full-priced game. So it's actually F1 racing, right? See, I don't know if I would really like that F1 racing. I never even watched it. Those are the crazy ultra supercars, right? Like, I don't know if I would like that. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, DZ. DZ, I got distracted. DZ aped at our first contribution of the day, a $5 tip. And DZ says, so is MindsEye supposed to be based in Las Vegas? Why'd they do the best city on earth like that? It is. Yesterday there was a mission where you're flying the giant drone around future Vegas, and you see the strip and all that. And we actually had fun doing that to see what it looked like in the game. It was pretty neat, actually, that part of the game. Thank you, DZ. By the way, so guys, thank you so much. The last couple of days have been absolutely great for support and momentum. Really, they have been. We've hit multiple goals. We've been hitting it every stream. We're now at 12 out of 20 goals. When we hit 20 goals, it will be DSP Tries It Mod Pizza for the very first time. I have never had mod pizza, and I don't know what it's like. I've seen it all over the place. There's different, it's a franchise, so I've seen the stores around, but I've never actually went inside one to see what it was. So I'm sure it's not authentic Italian East Coast pizza like I'm used to and like, but at the same time, I'm willing to try new things. So I want to give it a shot, and I hope if you like the content, you will support it. In fact, how about this? Let's get some support going right now. We got our first super chat of the day with DZA. How about our member on YouTube who'd like to become a member or give some memberships, right? How about over on the Kick side, all of you spamming the yapping kitty emote, which is funny. I like that emote. How about one of you become a sub right now or give some subs? I see many of the people in chat are not subs. Let's get some subs over on Kick. All right. How about our first tip of the day? All right, let's do it. Let's get a tip. Yeah, anyone could do that. All right, let's do it. King Michael, how are you this morning? Cheetah Man says, I miss Sbarro Pizza. Do you remember them? Indeed, I do. I used to work a mall job for many years when I was a teenager. And the Sbarro there, I would usually get various different kinds of pizza, either the big slice of just standard cheese, or sometimes you would get the stuffed, which was a ridiculous pizza. It was the dough, and then they would put meat in it, so it would have like bacon and cheese and other things in it. And then instead of having a typical cheese on top, there would be like almost like a breaded top. So it kind of was like a unique thing. I remember the piece of pizza was expensive. It was like $5-6 just for one piece. But man, it was filling. It was like a meal in one slice. So I remember Sbarro, but I don't know what is mod pizza. Does anyone actually know what mod pizza is and has been there and can describe it? Because I legit don't even know what their menu is. I've never even looked. Quest is saying I want Assetto Corsa Competizione. Yeah, but EXO is the new one. EXO just came out in January in early access. The other one's like 6 years old. You choose your own toppings, and it's a fast-cooked pizza. You can customize personal pizzas almost like Subway. Stoneforge Gamer says, not a racing game, but Farming Simulator 22 is chill. It has lots of different machinery you can drive. Huh. Really? I wonder. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. What is so mod about mod pizza? Oh, yeah, look. Create your own pizza from over 40 toppings and 8 finishing sauces. It's always unlimited toppings for one price. Really? Depends on what size you get, though. Ooh, you get a mega thick crust? I probably want that. I don't think... They have a thin crust and a thick crust. Maybe I would get one thin crust and one thick crust to try their 2 kinds of pizza. Yeah, wow. They have a ton of sauces, a ton of cheeses, a ton of meats, finishing sauces, veggies. Wow. Interesting. I don't know if it's any good. Well, maybe I'll get one of each. I'll get the thick and the thin and get 2 pizzas to try it. Get all 40 toppings. The pizza will weigh 17 pounds. I should get the posh masterpiece. They actually call it that, the posh masterpiece. What the hell? They got the weirdest ones. The Mad Dog, the Caspian, the Dylan James, the Jasper. They have a Jasper pizza. It's tomato sauce, mozzarella, spicy chicken, sausage, and mushrooms. What the heck? Why do they have one called a Jasper? That's weird. The Tristan, the Dominic, the Lucy Sunshine. What? What is going on? Well, it could be interesting. That does look legit. Looks pretty interesting to me. So, all right. Anyway, so yeah. So let's guys. That actually made it more interesting to look at it and see they have 2 kinds. We'll probably get 2 custom pizzas with various different toppings and stuff. So let's get some support. Let's get the momentum going today. Let's keep that momentum flowing because it's been going really well this week so far. You know, I would say we were sadly we were kind of floundering late last week and earlier this week, but now we've recovered from that and we want to keep stuff moving. So let's get some support right now. Come on, who's going to be our first tip of the day? Who's going to be our first sub of the day? Let's get them right now. Let's do it. Yeah, they have anchovies. They do. They have anchovies at Mod Pizza. Yes, they do. I've never had one either. I don't know what an anchovy would be like. I've never had one. Should I get it? Should I get some anchovies? Hmm. Okay. All right. So far we have This, what was it again? Shit, now I forgot the name of it. Assetto Corsa? Assetto Corsa Evo. That's the latest one. And I put that on my wish list. Assetto Corvo. I don't want to do the F1 because I don't really care about F1 racing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care about the special supercars. And it's also very expensive for a full price game, which I'm probably not going to play that much. Are there any others? Or are there any other, like, fun suggestions you guys have rather than serious sims, like fun driving games? Cydia says click on the driving tag under the game's description. Why? There is none. Oh, there it is. Driving. Pacific Drive. Caravan Sandwich. Roadcraft. Apparently, I put Caravan Sandwich on my wish list, but I don't even remember that game. Forza Horizon 5 is on there. City Transport Simulator, Bus and Tram. That could be interesting. Here's that iRacing game you guys talked about. It's from 2015, though. It's super old, man. It's 10 years old. There's no way it's going to be good today. Car Dealer Simulator. Now, wait a minute. I clicked on driving. Yeah, there's Forza Motorsport. I'm curious. They're all, I believe they're all on Game Pass. Let me double check that. Forza Horizon 5, Forza Horizon 4. No 3. 3. Oh, there it is. 3's on there too. Which one was 3? I think I played 3, 4, and 5. I think those are the 3 I played. 3 was 2016. And then 4 was 2018. With the dynamic changing seasons. Yeah, they added that for 4, right? And then 5 was the most recent one. That one was set in Mexico. That one was 2021. Wow, it's been 4 years? It doesn't feel like 4 years. Damn. So what happened? Why has there not been a Forza Horizon in a long time? That's a crazy long wait. And then there is Forza Motorsport. 7, I guess, is the latest one. Oh, no, never mind. It says it's not available. It says Forza 7 is no longer available. What happened? Well, which one was 7? Hold on. Oh, 2017. That's not the latest one. The latest one, I think, is this one. Yeah, this one was from last year, 2023. Forza Motorsport. I guess what it is they rebooted it or rebranded it. So this is the latest one. I see. So yes, we could do Forza Motorsport, or we could do any of the 3 different Horizon games are on there. I'm sure the latest one probably looks gorgeous, right? Horizon Chase Turbo on Steam is similar to Outrun. Oh, yeah? Really? Janssen says you'd have to configure the wheel for Horizon. It's a mess. I watched a video tutorial. Oh, yeah? So what's this one? Horizon Chase? Horizon Chase Turbo. Cartoony. Came out in 2018. It's very cartoony. Oh, wow. It looks like Outrun. Yeah, what they did is, remember the old game Outrun? So they actually turned it into a modern game. It's like a modernized version of that. That's kind of neat. It's old. I mean, it's sad that it's so old. I wish there was a new version, but that is kind of neat. Very positive reviews. Yeah. Back to the old school, it says. Nice. Uh-huh. All right. I'll actually I'll add that one to the wish list too. I would say any sim games. And I know there was farming sim, but I'm talking more driving right now. I'm not necessarily talking about uh, farming and stuff. You know what I mean? Ava Cowboy fan, how you doing? Game Boy, how you doing? What's going on, everybody? Let's see here. Okay, I got a couple tips. $1.50 tip from Beaver Bother. And I'm just going to ignore the message. I'm just going to say, hey, thanks, Beaver Bother, for the $1.50 tip. Because I know the guy can't say anything intelligent. Then we have a $2 tip. An anonymous tipper says Dirt Rally 2. All right, let me check that out because you guys had suggested Dirt Rally 2. Let me see here. Dirt Rally 2. 2019. The creators of Dirt Rally. Really? I never would have expected the sequel was from the same people. So this is driving in mud. Yeah, like that mud, drifting and stuff. All off-roading. 100% off-roading racing. Okay, I'll add that to the wish list too. Cool. No, Stormforce Gamer, I get it, but I understand that you drive in Farming Simulator, but I'm looking for games that are pretty much just driving. I'm not looking for also running a farm. I don't really want to do that, you see? Oh, let's see here. I got another dollar tip. Shingen25 tipped $1 and says, I'm watching your playthrough of Like a Dragon Ishin. In part 14, you said a doctor told you not to eat fast food because you're over 40. Now that you eat fast food regularly, did you get a second opinion or do you think the doctor was wrong? But the difference is doing it in moderation, correct? Yes, it's true. Eating fast food when you get to a certain age is not a good idea. But if I'm doing it once a week and I'm doing it rationally, it's okay. Yesterday, I ate this absolutely disgusting, dripping with cheese and grease menu from Jack in the Box. It literally was revolting, and I felt awful after I ate it. Okay. But I'm not going to eat fast food again until the next time we do DSP tries it. Right? Another 10 goals hits probably next week. I'm going to do this mod pizza. Between then, I'm going to be eating lean meals, chicken, turkey based, stuff like that. If I eat out, I'm going to get chicken or turkey, stuff like that. I'm not going to be eating red meat. I'm not going to be eating fatty foods. I'm not going to be eating things that are bad for me, not fried foods. I'm going to stay away from it. And that's the difference with fast food that people don't understand. There's nothing wrong with eating fast food if you treat it as the cheat day or the treat day or the odd day out that's not your normal routine. The problem is that Americans in particular have turned fast food into the routine. Like that's the normal meal is to go to McDonald's. That's not a good idea. That's awful. Get it? That's supposed to be, treat day. Oh, I know this is bad for me, but it's okay because I have this every once in a while. Not, this is what I eat every day, and now my arteries are clogged, and my blood pressure is through the roof, and I can barely breathe, and I weigh 400 pounds, and I'm a gelatinous blob that looks like Jabba the Hutt. That's not supposed to be what you humans do, but that's what a lot of humans do. It's disgusting. No self-control, no realization, nothing, just stupidity. So as long as I keep it in moderation, we're good. If we had a week, all right, I'll give you an example. If we had a week where all of a sudden support was so much that we hit 3 goals in 1 week, yeah, I'm probably going to tell everyone, guys, I'm sorry, I can't eat fast food 3 times this week unless we found healthier alternatives, right? Like, let's say one time I go to actual fast food, then maybe we order from a restaurant that has healthier cuisine so we can balance it or ration it out there. You can't just keep doing it all the time, okay? So, no, my doctor is right. I'm over 40. I shouldn't be eating fast food. If I'm going to eat it, it has to be sparing. Having it once a week for DSP Tries It is fine as long as everything else that I'm eating that week is good. You know, my breakfasts now consist of egg whites and a turkey sausage on a little light thing like a muffin or a what do you call it? English muffin, right? Or a little mini bread ciabatta thing. It's like a 150 calorie breakfast, you know? I don't really snack during the day at all. I drink filtered water. I actually took all sodas, all sugary drinks out of my diet. I just drink filtered water all day long. My dinners are usually lean, healthier dinners, you know? Stuff like that. Like this, I think we might be having burrito bowls today, which is slow cooker chicken, which is just the chicken, not the skin or nothing, just the chicken, slow cooker seasoned with black beans, pico de gallo, rice. We don't even put cheese in it. We don't even put cheese in there. You know what I mean? Like it's healthier stuff. That's what I eat. So that's why I mean, again, that's why I look like this. That's why I went from this and this, my face all swollen and huge, and this to this, because I stopped doing the bad stuff. Thank you, Donna, for a membership, and then Zing. So it's probably a gifted membership. So yeah, there you go. Donna is actually a troll, so Donna, enjoy your ban. And Omega Sauce gifted a sub this morning, our first support from Kick today. Thank you, Omega Sauce. Let's get you on the leaderboard. Cool. Thank you so much, Omega Sauce. Excellent. To get the Kick support started this morning. Yes, yes. Okay. Got a $2 tip here. Do I have any wisdom after turning 40? You woke up, if you woke up as a 30-year-old tomorrow, what would you do differently? What do you do to preserve your youthful spirit as a gamer as you age? Well, number one, what changed when I turned 40? Well, I'll tell you right now, my body is feeling older. My joints don't feel as good. My hand, you know, I told you guys I'm going to eventually get some issues with muscles and stuff in my hand. It's tighter. It hurts. I do get a little bit trouble, you know, moving around as actively as I used to. I'm not just spry where I could just like leap out of bed like I used to be able to. When I eat a meal, like a big meal, like dinner, oh, I feel tired right after. I do. Like, I feel like, man, I want to take a nap. And that never happened. All of a sudden, the last few years, this has begun. Where now I get that sleepy ass time after I eat a big meal. Like, oh man, it's just every time, you know? Stuff like that, you know? And that just happens. It's natural. As you get older, those are just things that you have to get used to. And you know, you have to accept them. I mean, take a look at me. My hair is starting to turn gray a lot more. Your face gets wrinkly. You know, it's stuff that you have to expect as you get older. But you can the way I see it, I can either age gracefully and accept it, or I can deny it and do everything I can to try to stop it, including getting hair implants, dyeing my hair and facial hair, and doing facial treatments to try to make the wrinkles and eye lines go away. But do I really care? Like, number one, I'm happily married. My wife and I are happy with each other and how we look and everything. We're not, you know, self-conscious of each other. You know what I mean? Like, we're happy. So it's not like, oh, I have to have like a midlife crisis where I think I have to look good or whatever. I don't really care. And I'm a gamer who literally is online every day playing games and hanging out with you guys. I'm not some kind of a freaking model. I'm not a daily vlogger, you know, who thinks, oh, I'm going to get an audience because I look attractive and shit. I don't have to worry about that. You know, people who position themselves like that, I feel like they're setting themselves up to fail because everyone is going to get old, okay? I think some people don't realize that. They literally think they're going to look the same forever. They're not. You're going to get old. You're going to get wrinkles. You're going to, you know, feel different. You're going to look different. So just accept it. It's a fact of life. It's the human condition. Instead of trying to deny what's going to inevitably happen, right? So there you go. Now, as for if I woke up 30 years old, is there something different I would do? Oh, absolutely. I told you guys this, that in my early YouTube days, I started when I was around 27. Okay. The first 3 to 5 years, dude, I treated myself like crap. I was drinking constantly, up all night, drinking, playing games late, all hours of the night, not getting sleep. Basically just kind of destroying myself. My diet was atrocious. I was eating, no lie, I was eating fast food every day, which is the opposite of what I do today. That's what I was doing back then. I was every day, I would wake up and play games for hours and then go to a fast food restaurant and power load myself with fast food, burgers, chicken sandwiches, veggie burgers, things like this, wolf it down, and then get back to work playing and then drinking again, and real bad, really, really bad. I would not do that. I would go back and change that entirely. I would probably try to work out and stuff like that. I mean, the thing is, you don't know how positive of a change you can have until you kind of have it. So now that I'm lighter, now that I'm under 200 pounds, okay, I feel much better than I used to, because I used to always be overweight and I would feel awful. My knees would hurt. My back would be killing me, everything. Now that I've lost that crazy excess weight, I feel so much better. And I wish that my 30-year-old self would have understood that if I put a little bit of time and effort into that and changing my life for the better in that regard, probably things would have been a lot better. Okay. Um, Now again, I always answer this question the same way. You said, so what about, with gaming? How do you keep yourself fresh and from being burnt out? Variety. Variety is the answer. Variety is the secret. Because if I just did one genre, if I only played first-person shooters, if I only played fighting games, if I only played driving games, if I only played RPGs, I would get burnt out. But because I juggle so much stuff, okay, so much stuff, that allows me to feel fresh. That allows me to feel like I'm never doing too much of the same. And any day I could come and do something different. Like, look, today we're doing MindsEye and Minecraft. Tomorrow we're doing Lies of P and Claire Obscure. On Friday, we'll be doing old school fighting games with Friday Night Fights. And then next week, we'll be doing driving stuff. So there you go. Look at that big variety. How could I possibly get burned out when at any moment I'm doing something different, right? That's a good thing. The variety is actually keeping me engaged and interested, when otherwise other people may be like, oh man, this certain industry is burnt out. Well, good thing I'm not just doing the one thing. I'm doing so much, right? Like right now, if I was only into fighting games, dude, I'd be hating my life. Seriously. Because Street Fighter 6 ain't it anymore. Street Fighter 6 is boring, repetitive, the samey shit over and over. And that's the popular fighting game. To force myself to have to play a game I don't like, I'd be like torture. So I'm glad that I don't. I'm glad that I've diversified and I can do things enough difference, between these streams that I don't get burnt out. Okay. Ava Cowboy fan with $1 tip. No, I did not see your DMs yet. As I said, once again, I'm all backed up on everything. How are things going? They're going pretty good. Very, very busy with what I'm doing on streams, but doing good. Are you open to trying Raido, Kuzunoha, or Digimon Storytime Stranger when they release? Well, we watched the trailer for Raido, did we not? And that was the one that was like what was it? Like an action-based, no, we saw Raido Remastered, correct? That's what it was, Raido? Yeah, here's no Raido Kuzu. I think we saw the remaster collection. Yeah, here it is. Mystery of the Soulless Army. It kind of looked like a more, instead of turn-based, a more action-based, like Persona almost, right? So, am I open to eventually trying it? Perhaps. Right now, no. I am so inundated with games. We're doing Lies of P and MindsEye. We're doing chill streams of Minecraft and Driving Sim. or excuse me, trucking sim, and maybe another driving game next week now that I have a wheel assembly. And now we're trying to finish Clear Obscure and Blueprint. So I can't take in any more games right now. I just can't. Okay. Um, okay. And no, it's not that I'm not acknowledging your comments, is that you talk in the chat and I try to catch it when I can, but I can't always catch it because there's a lot of people talking. So no worries there. Okay. Looks like the villain has become our first member of the morning. Thank you to the villain. Thank you so much. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you, villain, for re-upping your membership. We're up to 20 bucks to support now. Cool. The new Digimon game is coming out later this year. Okay, we'll have to see. Am I still considering playing Onimusha 2 Remake? Yeah, I want to. So what I mean, thank God I skipped it. Can you imagine if I didn't skip it? Dude, we never would have even gotten around to like playing it. So I'm glad that we skipped it for now. What we need to do is finish up these games. We got to finish Clair Obscure. We got to finish Blueprints. We will get through Lies of P and MindsEye within the next 1 to 2 weeks because they're both about 20-hour games. Once all that stuff's wrapped up, I do know that we have Death Stranding 2 coming up, but outside of that, we got to look at the schedule, right? Because I think we have, I know Donkey Kong's in July. There's more in July, too. We got, the Tony Hawk collection's coming up in July, right? So we got a good amount of stuff to look at and try to figure out. But we got to get through what we're doing now first. Okay. No, I know drinking flavored sparkling water is not necessarily bad for you. You know, it had artificial sweetener in it. I drank it for a couple of years there. And then there was 1 week when I accidentally didn't get it at the store. I just forgot. And then not drinking it, I was like, I don't really need it. I have filtered water and that has nothing in it. And that's just as good. So I'll just drink the filtered water from now on. So now I don't have that carbonation. I'm not putting those chemicals in my body. It's probably much better. Okay. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Didn't we, let's see. I swear we already watched this, but let me look. No, I guess not. This is a different one. Oh, yeah, this is only 8 days old. What's this one? Let's see. Watch a couple quick trailers just to get them, knock them out. Do a little bit of reacting today. Did you really? Elixir Vacation says I got gnarly kidney stones from seltzer waters. What in the seltzer water would have caused a kidney stone? Because I thought that it was calcium. Isn't it calcium content that causes kidney stones? So how would you have gotten it from that? Huh. Okay, let's see here. Cool, it actually worked. Seems a little loud though. Let's see what this is. I don't know anything about Digimon. I don't, so.
The visuals of Shinjuku that I'm seeing are a hellscape I can't quite put into words. You've somehow been sent back in time 8 years. But the situation here is critical. I'm counting on you, Agent.
I always thought Digimon was like similar to Pokemon. Is it not? A hellscape, a post-apocalyptic hellscape? I don't recall that in anything Pokemon. So this is kind of weird.
Our ultimate mission is to uncover the causality between these anomalies.
It's probably a phase electron life form.
Is that what you call us Digimon?
I'll always be right here with you.
Who exactly are you working for? I remember you guys.
Who or what is that?
You really don't know anything about the digital world?
We have been enemies for years now, but this is the first time the Titans have launched an attack on this scale.
We now believe most of the anomalies we've been dealing with stem from Digimon.
It seems the upcoming battle is truly unavoidable.
The world on this end is running out of time.
If the gate is opened with the digital world in such a state, the human world will...
I can't put my finger on what the game is. Is it a turn-based RPG? It looks like it's a turn-based RPG, so why is this called Digimon Story Time? This is weird. I can't put my finger on what it is.
Do the Titans not care about the end of the digital world?
Stop it! That egg is very important!
The World Tree has been attacked.
It is just as the Great One, Plutomon said.
It can't...
What is this? This is insane. This can't be, this isn't the standard story of Digimon, is it? This must be like a what-if scenario game or something.
Teddy, we must protect the world from them. For this purpose and this purpose alone were you born.
If that thing opens, then we'll be swarmed by Digimon.
Attack!
Please, everyone, lend me your strength
Everything's riding on
to
you.
move forward into the
We
future!
must fulfill our mission. Agent,
If Digimon were like threatening your entire world, wouldn't you just be like, fuck this, and just like kill them all or get rid of them? I don't know the lore. Like with Pokemon, it's like, oh, Pokemon are part of our world and we interact with them. It's like, yeah, but if Pokemon were like poison and we're killing everyone, wouldn't you just be like, screw it, exterminate them? So like, oh no, the world's in danger. Well, then why are we bothering with Digimon? Can we get rid of them, please? They seem like a nuisance. They seem like more trouble than they're worth, don't they? Yeah. So the other trailer here is another trailer for that same game, that Raidu Remastered Collection. And it's 6 minutes long. I don't want to watch the whole thing, but I think this is the one that's like, it's like action-based Persona. You know how Persona is usually turn-based?
Welcome right out to be. I have given you countless pieces of invaluable information in my lectures thus far. If you have yet to see them, do watch my previous videos.
I'm not going to watch a previous video.
Now, I shall discuss the fates that are
Fighting to safeguard the capital from demons. He is its protector, Devil Summoner Raido Kuzunoha.
This guy is a known anime voice actor, isn't he? The narrator. I recognize his voice.
One day, the agency receives an unusual request. The client is Kaya Daidoji,
I want to see the
young
gameplay.
heiress and only child of the esteemed Daidoji family. Kaya asks
this is
to
a
be
more
killed,
narrative-based, this trailer.
But before getting the chance to explain, she is suddenly kidnapped by a group of red-clad soldiers possessing inhuman strength.
Why is he talking so slow? He is narrating very slowly so that you can understand the words that he is speaking. Holy crap. Well, this is more of a story trailer. And to be honest, I don't want to be spoiled on a story. If I ever do play a game like this, right, you wouldn't want to be spoiled. So I think this one I actually am going to skip only because that's kind of like a big spoiler. Okay. Excuse me. That one comes out at the 18th, and then the other one, the Digimon, comes out in October. All right. I think, well, by the way, for the record, we got through the topics that we wanted to talk about. So I guess your suggestions would be one of the Forza games. Whatever that one was that I hit. Assetto Corsa, right? The latest one of Assetto Corsa. And like Dirt Rally 2. So I guess we got a few there. I wanted to know if there was any sim games, like driving sim games. But what I mean by that is, like, for example, so you got truck sim, right? Is there another sim where you drive around? Like that bus sim game. Do you think that's any good? You know, different things we could do with the wheel. Rather than it just being, hardcore driving, is there anything else like that would be like driving-based sim stuff that would be fun? I don't know. And don't say Desert Bus, because I'm going to slap you if you do. It's not even a real game. Yeah, see, is there a taxi simulator? The Persona 4 trailer, there is none. The Persona 4 trailer is literally 3 seconds just showing the character running through the street, and it looks like Persona 5, and then it just ends. There's no Persona 4 trailer. Unless there's another one. But the one that they showed at the events this weekend was not even really a trailer. Really? There's a few other pizza delivery sims, Sprint Res. Let's see. Pizza delivery survivors. What the hell is that? Delivering pizzas in a zombie apocalypse. Oh, this is not. No, it's stupid. It's really stupid. Nah, there is no pizza delivery sim that I can see. I don't know what Sprint Res is, but that doesn't exist either. Oh, Spint. There's no Spint. It doesn't exist. Spin Tires doesn't exist. Spin Tires. There's nothing. Nothing comes up. There is no Spin Tires on Steam. It doesn't exist. React to the Indiana Jones DLC? Yeah, I didn't see anything about that. I didn't see it, so maybe I could look for that. Let's see. Order of the Giants. Where is it? Here it is. I did not see this. Okay. All right, ready? That's not what I wanted to click. Here we go. Okay, I haven't seen this yet. What the? I wanted to play.
Here we go.
The regular game.
Good luck, Indy.
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find the secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
September, that's cool. The only thing is, well, I played it on PC, right? Yeah, so I should be able to continue where I left off. Okay, I'll probably do that. I liked Indiana Jones a lot. I thought it was actually much better than I expected it to be. So I think I would like to do the DLC. Cool. Cool. All right. All right. Well, anything else, guys? Anything else you'd like to talk about today? Please tag me in the chat. Thanks for the support early on. Really? Spin Tires is decommissioned. It was replaced by Mud Runner and Snow Runner, but these games are horrible to play with a wheel. They're slow and clunky. Ah. I recommend Barcelona Taxi Sim. Doesn't exist. That doesn't exist either. Do I prefer more third person or first person Resident Evil? Me, I grew up third person, right? Like all the classic Resident Evils are third person. They went first person in what, 6? So, or 7. So, and I get it, like they're good in the first person. I'm not gonna lie, I liked 7 and 8, but I think like the best to me when I'm thinking, what's my best Resident Evil experience? I think Resident Evil 2 remake, which was third person, right? But it was modernized, modern gameplay, modern graphics. So, yeah. Okay. Here, okay. Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. That's the real name. Here it is. Oh, it's only a year old. Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. This could be interesting. Here, look. Day in the life of a taxi driver. That could be interesting. The graphics look pretty modern. You're driving through Barcelona, Spain. Is it third person, though? Oh, no, you could do first person. So the better you do, maybe the better you get rewarded, perhaps. This is the kind of game I might be interested in. I'm gonna add that to wish list. $30. I might like that. We'll see. That's a possibility. Let's see. Man. Yeah, I know MindsEye's getting bad reviews. That's the point. We're gonna laugh at it. Legend of Zelda Dungeons of Infinity, a roguelike Zelda? What the hell? Is that real? Did Nintendo make that? How is that possible? Wreckfest? Didn't we play Wreckfest? I feel like we played it already. It was very chaotic. I feel like we did that. Was that the one we did already? It was on Game Pass? Yep, that's the one we already did on Game Pass ages ago. The RGB background is blinding your eyes. Try closing them. There you go. We saw the Expanse. Yes, we saw that game, the Expanse game. We watched that trailer the other day. Yes, we did. If a Cowboy fan, is it a trailer for the same game? I mean, we've already seen 2 trailers for the game. I think we understand what it is. It's that, like I said, it's like the gameplay is similar to Persona, but it's action based rather than turn based, right? The Expanse game trailer looked good because people were saying it looks like Mass Effect, and it did. It kind of looked like an attempt at a game that played similar to Mass Effect, which would be good because there is no games like that right now, right? There hasn't been one like that in a long time. it seems like since Andromeda tanked, all game devs have shied away from trying to make a Mass Effect style game, which is a shame. I like sci-fi. I like the shooter RPG hybrid, but no one's really done it. Okay. Anything else, guys? I mean, we could also end the podcast early if there's not too much going on. That's fine. I covered the topics that I wanted to talk about today. Very strongly recommend do Academy driving in American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim. It's fun and challenging. What is Academy driving? Oh, I know they're making a new Mass Effect. They're just taking ages to do it. And quite frankly, let's be honest, the last 2 BioWare outings haven't necessarily instilled the most confidence in gamers, have they? So I'm not so sure about another Mass Effect. Just saying. Mega Man 7 and 8, I mean, I think we should focus on 4, 5, and 6 first, right? Which is the second half of that Mega Man collection that I played back in January. Remember, I wanted to do that right away. No one wanted it. Everyone was like, nah. So I am going to do it at some point this year. We're going to bring it back, and we're going to probably finish those games. What is this? Hold on. Someone tipped me and wants me to check out a game, but I want to look at it first. What is this? What the heck? What the hell is this? What in the... No, I don't think we're gonna... I don't think we'll be watching that. That looks atrocious. What would happen if Japan bought out the United States and turned it into a Japanese country? It's insanely bizarre. There's weird shit there. Thanks for the tip. It looks really weird. It's called Showa American Story. SHOWA American Story. It's fucking really weird. It looks like one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. So I'm definitely not watching that live. That's incredibly disturbing. Oh, so Academy mode is basically like a campaign or something? If a Cowboy fan, those games might be something that I'm interested in. Sadly, that Raidu game is coming out now. It comes out on the 18th. There's no way I can play it right now. I have to finish games I'm playing, 4 of them. And then we're going to do Death Stranding 2. I know that. I'm pretty sure in July we have the new Donkey Kong Bonanza and we have Tony Hawk Collection. That's what I know off the top of my head. What I need to do, actually, that's a good idea. What we should do coming up on one of these podcasts is update the schedule. Because now all these new release dates are known. So what we should do is have a podcast where I go through and I make a new gaming schedule so that we know exactly what I want to tackle in the next 6 to 8 months. Because right now everyone's confused and I am too. Like I haven't really looked. We should do that. Maybe tomorrow we do a gaming schedule update on the Level 1 podcast. That might actually be very worthwhile so everyone knows what's going on. All right. But so right now I'm kind of booked. You know, Raidu looked like a game that maybe like a fun filler game, but I don't have time. I know people want to see me do Onimusha 2 HD as well, which we skipped. So that's got to come up at some point over the summer. Also, we're going to do Suikoden 2 HD remake once we finish with Clear Obscure. Because we can't be doing more than one RPG like that. Okay? Captain, how you doing? Captain TCW's here. He says, just want to stop by and say hi. He's playing MindsEye. Doesn't want to be spoiled. It's all good. Thanks for stopping by. There's a previous game to ATS called Scania Driving Simulator. All right, now I'm getting brain overload. Too many suggestions, too many games. It's too much. I like the idea of the taxi sim. I think that one looks good. I like the idea of maybe doing a more serious driving sim. So maybe we'll pick 1 or 2 of those each to focus on. And maybe we'll do some of those with the racing wheel. You have $300 in Bitcoin. You need to know how to send it to me. What you need to do is you need to take that Bitcoin and convert it to actual money, and then you can donate it via tip or, a super chat instead of this nonsensical virtual currency. It's just go do that. Go get some real money and then come back, and then we can talk. How about that? It's like going to the store. I'd like to pay with Bitcoin. And the person says, the fuck out. What's wrong with you? Slap your face. Just like that right there. Slap you right in the store in front of everyone. All right. What? There's a game called Piss Off. It was in the Latin American Game Showcase. My jaw dropped when I saw it. Piss Off. If it's disgusting, we're not going to watch it. If it's actually someone pissing, we're not going to watch it. Oh, this is not, dude. Come on. What is this? Oh, come on. It's really gross. Here, look. Ready? Look, they piss on each other. It's like little cavemen. And they piss all over each other. Look, they rocket each other. They rocketing with piss. Oh, come on. It's disgusting. It's revolting. Come on, man. What is wrong with people? A game about pissing? Now, if it was a game about shitting, that'd be a little different. A game about pissing, that's just nasty. Come on. Yeah. Absolutely disgusting. Mikey H says, try watching the Relooted trailer on the Epic Store. Epic? It's only on the Epic Store? Relooted? I don't even know how to get to the Epic Store. How the hell do you do that? Relooted. An African futurist heist game. I've never heard a game described as African futurist before. I guess it kind of looks like Prince of Persia. It kind of looks like the gameplay. They're not showing the gameplay anymore. Where's the gameplay? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, see, look. Doesn't that look like Prince of Persia platforming? So you're going to the museum and you're stealing back artifacts. Apparently, is what they're getting at. Yeah, it looks like fast-paced, I can't speak. Fast-paced, platforming gameplay. However, I don't know if the idea of telling people it's okay to go to the museum and steal artifacts is a good one. And it's rated 10 plus, so it's actually telling kids to go steal from the museum. I don't know. Perry Saturn Moppy just gifted a membership. Thank you, Perry Saturn Moppy. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. We're up to $28 now of support today. Check out the trailer of Decapolis. It's made by Level 5. Decapolis? It's not in Steam. Let me look here. Delayed till 2026. I'm trying to find the trailer. Wow, this over 2 years ago is when they announced it. Oh, it's not Decapolis, Decapolis, right? I think. I don't think there's a new trailer, though. All these trailers are very old. Yeah, the trailer's from, like, years ago. Unless you know of a new one that I could search for, I only see old stuff about the game. It got delayed till 2026, and I guess there's no info. What do I think about Digimon, Eva Cowboy fan? I really don't think about Digimon. Like I said, I have no exposure to it. I thought Digimon was supposed to be like Pokemon, but from what we've seen in that story mode trailer, that looks nothing like Pokemon. So I don't know. The Bond trailer, didn't we? Oh, no, I guess we didn't watch that. We saw some of it at Summer Game Fest. They showed it, a little bit of Bond. What is this Project Zomboid you guys are all talking about? Project Zomboid. It's old. Dude, Project Zomboid is from 2013, and we already looked at this. Why are you telling me to look at this again? What dumb meme is this? We've already seen this. All right, I'm closing it. We already saw that. Scania Driving Sim is a mission-oriented game instead of linear solo driving. Is it really a driving sim if it's linear narrative-based? Like, that's kind of weird. How could it be? Why would it be called a driving sim if it's really not? There's Scania truck. Oh, there's a million. There's Scania truck driving, Scania touring, Scania bus. There's like different ones. These are ancient though. It's like 2012. You gotta understand, like, I get it, but like these games are so old, they're not gonna be very good for a modern setup. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta look for more modern games that are gonna run well and look good. I want to be playing a game that looks like an ancient game. This reminds you of sitting at your grandma's? That's fascinating. Your grandma must be a really nice, entertaining person then. Wow. Does she give you old ribbon candies that are like rocks, and does she pour you flat soda? Yeah, Carlos, I know. Carlos watched the montage of gameplay that I put out from yesterday. I know, man. It's a unique game, to say the least. By the way, your grandmother must look incredibly attractive. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say. Okay. Flat cream soda. No, everyone, it's the same story no matter what. I never knew my grandparents, but my great aunt basically served the role as my grandmother. And there were days when I would go to my great aunt's house and she would look after me for the day. And she'd always be like, "Do you want some soda?" And it was always like diet soda, which I'd never had before. And I would have it like, "Oh, well, it tastes so weird." Or she'd have like fruit sodas. You know, you get the different ones, you know, the grape or the orange. But the thing is, she would buy it when it was like on sale at like a discount store. She would go like, it used to be like Kmart. Like, you know, they don't exist anymore, but she would go to Kmart. Oh, it's on sale for like, you know, 20 cents. So she'd buy the bottle and she would leave it in her house for like 8 months. And then I would finally come over and she was like, here's some soda. It would be so flat. So incredibly flat soda, like no carbonation whatsoever in it. Cream soda, I haven't had it in a million years. I guess I could say I liked it when I was younger, when I had it. There's a good different flavor to it. They call it cream soda. It has no cream in it. It says artificial, you know, flavoring. Cookies, no. My grandmother, or I called her my grandmother, but my great aunt never had cookies. Diet Coke cherry. Oh, I've never had that. They're bringing it back. If a cowboy fan, yeah, I'm not sure. What I want to do, like I said, I think maybe I'll do this tomorrow. Maybe I'll sit down and we'll look at all the game release schedule for now until the end of the year that's actually concrete. And that way I could start making month by month the list of games I'm interested in so we can figure out what I'm considering playing. Right now, I have no idea what the schedule looks like. Now, you know, this E3 week, which is typically what just happened, right? Now we have all these new release dates, and what I need to do is sit down and get them all laid out and see time-wise what I want to play. I haven't had a chance to do it yet. All right. All right, folks. I think it's time to end the show. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for the early support. I appreciate that. Again, let's keep the momentum going. We have 4 straight streams. We hit the goals, and we're going nice and smooth in that regard. Let's keep that going. I think today, MindsEye will likely be half funny and half boring, but I think it's going to be fun to see all the bugs and things in it. So I hope you'll stick around for MindsEye. And tomorrow, maybe on the podcast, we'll do the schedule. Maybe we'll actually go through the game release schedule and try to see all the different various games each month and pick the best ones that I'm interested in and go from there. Okay? All right, folks. Thank you for chilling with me here today on the Level 1 podcast. I had a great time. Tomorrow, we'll do it all again. And we'll likely be, working on the game schedule so that we can have a good idea of what to expect for the rest of the year. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the support. See you tomorrow.